on a slightly clammy Sunday Mother's Day. I hope mothers out there are doing well. Happy Mother's Day. If you were south of town, you got a little bit warmer, a little bit sunnier this afternoon. I hope you enjoyed it if you were south of town. And north of town, some greater chances of clouds and showers, but kind of more of the same. A little more sun when looking ahead, but more of the same kind of temperature regime, 60s, looking like the most likely high temperatures this week. We could get near 70 maybe Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. We could see more sunshine and less of a rain chance. But for the latest, go to CWG.news/latest. That will take you directly to our blog. Link for the latest forecast at capitalweathergang.com. I'm Camden Walker. Thanks for tuning in to these weekly Sunday Sunset Chats. We are looking at breezes still tomorrow, maybe 1 or 2 gusts near 30 miles an hour, and even Tuesday, maybe near 25, we could see a gust, and then Wednesday, maybe near 20 miles per hour. So slow stair-stepping down of our wind gusts this week. Hello, Chris. Hello, Kathleen. Thank you so much for tuning in. I hope you are doing well. For, I guess, the sun length of day, let's talk about sunset to sunrise. Kind of over 14 hours of day length to talk about now, and you're seeing me later and later as we get toward that summer solstice here in the northern hemisphere into June. So I appreciate you tuning in later and later in your evenings. Hopefully you have fit in dinner by now. Yep, we got long days now, over 14 hours of daylight from sunrise to sunset. Hey, Paul, you're loving these temperatures. Hope to keep them. Oh, Charlene, thanks for tuning in, for letting me know about the Wallops launch, just scrubbed for tonight. For all the latest on that, go to CWG.news/launch. You can see the latest we are keeping track of there on capitalweathergang.com. And we will keep you posted on Twitter at Capital Weather as well. Pollen allergy, fellow allergy sufferers, yeah, we're not feeling so great with this high tree pollen and a little bit of moderate grasses and a tiny bit of mold and some spores on the side. So that has been fun. All right, Laura, hello. This week's forecast, the pollen is kind of going to remain at roughly the same. Spotty showers are not going to be enough this week to really rinse us out. Maybe Friday we see a little more rain, but that is such a low confidence, kind of still a low chance even at this point. I am going to have to probably take some of these allergy medicines with you this upcoming week as well. Hey, Barb, thanks for joining from YouTube. Claudia, indeed, the pollen, don't look in my eyes too carefully. They are a little glassy from the pollen as well. I feel you, allergy sufferers, Laura and Claudia, yes. Paul, cicadas are delayed a little bit. Go to CWG.news/cicadas and you'll see our latest updated forecast. Looking more likely the last week of May, they might peak instead of what we had previously believed, kind of the latter half of May. These cooler temperatures are slowing their development down just a little bit, but there's the link, CWG.news/cicadas, for all the latest on that. So delayed, but not denied, these cicadas. All right, we've got Virginia Beach weather. Arlene, you're loving it down there. Excellent. And good evening, Chow. Thanks for tuning in. And Kenny wants warmer weather. Well, we have some to preview. At least the general trend when looking ahead to next week. When you talk to me, we could begin next Sunday and into next work week, 8 days beyond now. We could see above average temperatures. There's a very decent chance there, indicated by the kind of medium orange, the darker orange over the mid-Atlantic and parts of the east of the Mississippi. We've got maybe not a high magnitude. That's not saying it's going to be very hot, but the probability of being above average is very decent. And you might ask, by the time we get to next Sunday, mid-70s for average high temperatures in the mid-Atlantic. So when you think there's a very decent probability of being above average, we could maybe start talking about upper 70s and maybe 80 degrees or higher come next work week. So again, we're looking ahead. So Kenny, warmer weather for you if you just hold on one more week. All right, Paul, you're welcome. Oh, you saw cicada shell this morning. They are slowly popping, yes indeed. Hello, Mohandas. Late May is what I'm thinking is going to be the last week of May for the peak of the cicadas. They are popping in the region, but luckily, if you're not a fan of the cicadas, the cool weather has delayed them a little bit. So again, for the latest on the cicadas, go to CWG.news/cicadas for our latest forecast, with the cooler temperatures delaying but not denying the cicadas. All right, we've got Marie, tired of the winds. Well, I'm sorry to tell you, we still have some breezes in the forecast. Stair-stepping downward Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Tomorrow, Monday, maybe a gust near 30, as you can see on this map. Tuesday, maybe a gust near 25. Wednesday, maybe a gust near 20. So we're getting there with less wind. Sorry about that, Marie. Tired of no sun, says Kenny. Well, we should have a little bit more sun this upcoming work week than we had this weekend for the region. I still want to caution partly sunny at times, spotty showers at times. Highest chance after tomorrow morning, we kind of get a cold front out here, could wake up to a little bit of dampness, but tomorrow afternoon improves. Tuesday, maybe a shower. Wednesday could be shower free. I don't know if it's going to be completely sunny. I should have added a cloud there, one of my emojis, onto this National Weather Service forecast. But for all the latest, go to CWG.news/latest. It'll take you directly to our blog at capitalweathergang.com. Brian, I will get next week for you the latest 2021 names for the Atlantic hurricane season now that we have one in the Eastern Pacific. Let's see. Evan, go to CWG.news/hats. We have winter hats for you. And Drew is happy to see warmer weather. And yes, I'm holding off the higher humidity. I don't see dew points being at or above 60 degrees for perhaps one full week from today. So keep that in mind, Drew. We are looking at slowly a warming trend, maybe next weekend into a next work week, but humidity could lag. Dew points should stay below 60, even as we get a little warmer. Alex wants that warmer weather permanently. Well, hang on just a little bit longer. Typically, as we get past May, we do have the higher potential for more longer duration warm spells. And again, next work week offers promise. Warm weather lovers, our average by the time you talk to me next Sunday will be solidly in the mid 70s. So when you see the orange on the map here for next work week, Sunday onward, when you talk to me next week, we can probably talk about a warmer work week in the 70s, perhaps 80 or above as well for eight plus days from now. All right, Laura, so I don't think the cicada season will necessarily be shorter, but they are delayed hatching in their peak noisy form. We're thinking late May, we were always thinking the latter half of May, but now the last week of May is more likely. So CWG.news/cicadas has all the latest, what we're thinking now, delayed, not denied, for these cicadas thanks to this cool weather. Good evening, David. Thanks for tuning in. Katrina, yes, we could get some 70s by the weekend. Don't hold your breath for much over 70 this upcoming week, but yes, slow warming trend, lower confidence by the end of the week. But we do need to watch kind of some clouds and spotty shower chances, but at least we should see more sunshine and less rain shower activity than we saw this past weekend. So that is hopefully incrementally some good news for you. Yep, Roz also likes to see those temps going up. We are definitely below average for this time of year, several degrees, 5 to 8 degrees below average. Let's see, we've got Bonnie tuning in. Tomatoes, let's talk about planting and gardening really quick. If you are east of I-81, you have a pretty good chance of being okay. But if you were west of the Blue Ridge, in the lighter blue here, please consider holding off on tomatoes, or at least have them in pots outdoors that you can move in. We do see some higher elevations west of the Blue Ridge this upcoming week, starting maybe as early as Monday night, Tuesday night, maybe even Wednesday night. Some colder air at higher elevations would potentially make the tomatoes unhappy later this week. So keep that in mind if you are west of the Blue Ridge. But east of I-81, especially along I-95, you are good to go. So I hope that helped you out. So let me take some other questions and comments. Here's the forecast at a glance and latest at CWG.news/latest to take you directly through to our latest forecasts from capitalweathergang.com. All right, we've got Evan tuning in. The cicadas out in numbers in Charlotte, North Carolina. Lisa, we're actually having a spring and not jumping into summer heat. I'm a fan, but I personally would argue, not that you need my opinion, I love average high temperatures this time of year, which, as you're speaking to me today, we're in the mid 70s. Just give me average, and even give me average last week. You know, we are warming up. I'm a fan of room temperature between 68 and 74. So as long as we don't skip over some of these averages, which we are now dipping below average for this upcoming week, looking ahead, we're generally in the 60s. I don't want to heat up too fast either. I love these average temperatures. So just give me average, or give me nothing. Just kidding. All right, what else have you all asked me? Let's see here. Let me put up the link for the latest forecast at CWG.news/latest. We've got Kara tuning in. You're good with this cool weather. High five to you as well. Cool fronts for the win. The cold front tonight does bring some more shower activity. We could have a slightly showery, damp morning tomorrow morning, but a pretty decent afternoon with maybe a wind gust around 30 miles per hour tomorrow afternoon. So keep that in mind. Wind gusts are around, stair stepping downward, decreasing Tuesday, maybe a gust near 25 miles an hour. Wednesday, maybe a gust, stair stepping down, maximum around 20 miles an hour. So breezes are around for the early part of this week, but temperatures are not too chilly, not too much of a wind chill to talk about. So that is good news. All right, we've got Lori. Last May was pretty cool too. Yes, indeed. It could be a new trend, but hey, only 2 data points, and we need to still get through this May to see. Ultimately, it could end up right about average to a little above average, so don't discount May just yet. But we'll see. We'll see. There have been some interesting trends with the new climate regime in our mid-Atlantic region. No polar vortex. Alex wants warm weather. I love Alex tuning in. Thank you for tuning in from YouTube. And remember, we are coming to you live from all 3 of our broadcastable social media pages. So you got Twitter, CWG.news/Twitter, then YouTube, CWG.news/YouTube, and CWG.news/Facebook. Thank you all for tuning in for these weekly Sunday Sunset Chats. I'm Camden Walker for CapitalWeatherGang.com. Lori is smiling at the weather, and David, Memorial Day looking like 90 degrees. I wouldn't say that just yet. Too early to say, but I can give you the trends for next work week, which have a very decent probability of being above average. And you might ask, Camden, what's average by the time we get to next work week? Mid-70s, 75, 76 degrees. So decent chance for some decent warmth if you can wait just another week. We even could warm up a little bit this weekend back into the 70s as well. Can't promise if it'll be completely dry just yet. All right, so temps look great to Lisa and Drew. Appreciate you as well. Oh no, I'm competing with Star Trek. That is not good. Go, let's fly, let's go, let's engage. Stay on Star Trek, absolutely. Hey Mike, coastal low is possible Friday, maybe into Saturday. Low confidence, and the latest weather data is very uncertain. So I am low confidence when looking at Friday into Saturday, and that's, you'll see here my emoji. There is Friday. I think there might be a slight chance of a rainy umbrella with a question mark. So yes, I love that you are keeping track of all the details, and we'll keep you posted at CapitalWeatherGang.com and on all of our social media outlets as well. And of course on Twitter, we like to give you brief little updates at Capital Weather. All right, looking at nighttime temps over 50 consistently here in PG, says Bonnie. I think we should wait just a little bit longer if you want consistent. Let's say late May, but yes, you could argue with even me right now, if we're looking at next work week and we're thinking it's above average, you look at the low temperature averages in the mid 50s, I think we could start seeing consistent 50s starting next work week onward. So I'm going to go on a slight limb, but I think that is very possible for PG County, Bonnie. All right, yep, Marianne, the rocket launch was scrubbed, but for the latest on all the details, we have CWG.news/launch. And all the details, you can touch on my face there, and popping up below on your mobile device, you will see all the links that we're talking about here, the cicadas, the launch, and our latest forecast, or above, the links will appear with this video if you're on your desktop or laptop. All right, Lori, thanks for tuning in, kind words, and Joanna, you're enjoying the cooler weather, even though it is, yes, a little below average. So let me keep the average high temperature for, let's see, today, we're at about 74 degrees. Let's put that map away. And here's the upcoming work week, generally in the 60s, which is 5 to 8 degrees below average for this time of year. I'm not complaining. Our average is getting plenty warm, plenty comfortable still in the 70s. So a little below average this time of year, not too worthy of complaints. It's still getting kind of near room temperature, though. Yes, tonight as this cold front moves through, chances of showers, I'm getting a couple raindrops and some mist here in the air. It's a little clammy. You can feel a little moisture in your skin, so it makes it a little less comfortable when it's in the 60s. Let's check the temperature really quick here. 65 degrees. Let's see if I can get that on the screen. There we go, 65.2. All in all, not a terrible Mother's Day. Happy Mother's Day. South of town had a little bit more sun, a little bit more warmth today. A little bit more shower activity and clouds north of town. So I hope mothers out there did the best they could to enjoy the weather today. Let's see, Alex, looking forward to the warmth and pool weather. Indeed, I could use a pool break as well. Marianne says it's clear a bit. Ooh, so you can see some satellites. That's excellent. I love stargazing and looking at the Starlink satellites as well. Jackie, hello. Thanks for tuning in. Cicadas, Rosemary, they're not necessarily waiting for 80 degrees, but they have been slightly delayed with these cooler temperatures. So for all the latest on that, go to CWG.news/cicadas. We give you an update on our latest thinking, mainly looking at the kind of pushing toward the last week of May. Could be the peak noisiness level of all these brood 10 hatching at the same time. They are slowly hatching, but I think their rate of emergence has been slowed down with these cooler temperatures over the next week. So if you are not a fan of cicadas, no longer are we looking at the entire latter half of May potentially being noisy and disruptive with some of these cicadas hatching. So the peak could be pushed toward the last week of May, maybe even toward the early part of June there as well. So we'll keep you posted on all of our social media channels as well. So thanks for tuning in from all three of our active broadcasting channels. And of course, we're on Instagram as well and on Flickr, CWG.news /photos. So love seeing you all here for these weekly Sunday sunset chats. All right, and pollen sufferers, I haven't forgotten about you. I'm feeling it as well. High trees, moderate grasses, and slight spores out there, some mold. So not feeling so great at times. And with spotty rain chances this upcoming week, I don't want to promise you the moon. We could be struggling until maybe we see a little bit of rain on Friday, maybe early Saturday as well. So TBD, low confidence looking that far out Friday into Saturday. But clouds and spotty showers at times should keep things from spiking too badly in the trees and hopefully the grasses this week as well. All right, let's see. We've got Charlene, hours of sunlight. Happy to put that back up. You're seeing me later and later as we get toward the summer solstice here in the Northern Hemisphere around June 21st. These sunsets are going toward 8:34 p.m. I believe is our latest sunset in the DC area, the Mid-Atlantic. So you'll be seeing me a couple of minutes later each of the next several Sundays. And over 14 hours of day length, Charlene, so I hope you enjoy this. I wish we could stop that sunrise from going before 6 a.m., but it's about to happen. All right, loving the late sunsets. That's Alex, and indeed the warm weather you're loving as well. Bobby, I am right around the Beltway here in the DC area, in the Mid-Atlantic, trying to give everyone an update. All of you from Maine to Michigan to even my fan and in Ontario, hopefully you're tuning in tonight as well. Charlene, you're most welcome. Thank you all for tuning in. Let me know if you have any questions. I'm on the air for a couple more minutes, about 2.5 more minutes. Here is the latest work week, looking cool in the 60s, 5 to 8 degrees below average, but our average being in the mid 70s. A little cooler, no big deal. We could see a little more sunshine this upcoming work week than we saw this past weekend. Spotty showers, can't rule them out, but tomorrow morning early is kind of a high chance of showers, and then maybe the next highest chance of showers could be Friday. So there is some outdoor time, fairly salvageable for Monday afternoon, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and we'll keep an eye on radar maybe Tuesday as well. That's kind of a decent afternoon chance of a shower, a spotty shower, but light, quick moving, not long lasting. That is good news. So if you want to go to capitalweathergang.com, we're there 24/7. Latest forecast right there at CWG.news/latest by Greg Porter. And keep in mind, we have breezes to start out this week, maybe a gust tomorrow near 30, and then Tuesday, stair step down with a gust near 25, and then Wednesday, maybe a gust near 20. So it gets more and more tolerable with the breezes as the week goes on. All right, Laura, you're most welcome. Kareem, the humidity looks like it's going to stay for one more week perhaps. So even though we do have a warming trend into the next weekend, it looks like this upcoming weekend, Saturday, Sunday, hopefully we get into the 70s if we can stay dry. Low confidence, but we're working on it. And then next work week, maybe we start seeing some dew points at or above 60 degrees, but generally speaking, a little bit clammy and cool with dew points, maybe 50, 55 for this upcoming work week at times. But really, humidity is under control for one more week. We'll post this more as we get into maybe when we're talking next Sunday. I'll keep you posted if we see some muggy conditions with dew points at or above 60 degrees. But for the time being, we are okay. All right, so let's post the forecast at a glance for this upcoming week, and our latest is there. Cam to Walker for Capital Weather Gang, signing off in one more minute. Let's see. How early is the sunrise going to get, Lee? I believe 5:42. That's a great question. By June 21st, I believe latest sunset is around 8:37 in the DC area in the Mid-Atlantic, and the earliest sunrise, I believe, is 5:42. I don't believe it goes before 5:40 a.m. So I'll have to look that up. I love when I get stumped a little bit. Lightning, big time, David. Are you seeing a thunderstorm? Let me know. Oh, lightning bug. Got it. Sorry if it's on camera competing with me. That's hilarious. And sunrise, indeed, cream gets about a minute earlier from here on out toward the summer solstice in the Northern Hemisphere, June 21st. Michael, I say go ahead and open the pool next weekend. Here's a preview of Saturday. It's low confidence, but we should start drying out next Saturday, hopefully by afternoon if we see some showers in the morning. 70s look fairly likely temperature regime for Saturday and Sunday. So this is just a preview. Low confidence this far out when we're looking 6 days in advance, almost 7 days in advance. So I say go for it. I say let's consider some pool time next weekend. I can't rule out a shower, but it'll be a little warmer and some sunny moments. Hey, let's do it. All right, Lola, only you can prevent forest fires. I love the Smokey the Bear reference. And Kareem, you're most welcome. Have a great week, Courtney. Indeed, Lee, we're getting that sunrise before 6 a.m. and I am not exactly happy about it. Plenty of daylight now. Come on, sunrise. Can't we all just have evening light at this point? Can't pick and choose. All right, so here as I sign off, I'm Camden Walker, forecast at a glance. For all the latest on capitalweathergame.com or our latest forecast, go to CWG.news/latest directly. Thanks for following tonight on CWG.news/YouTube, CWG.news/Facebook, and CWG.news/Twitter. Have a great, safe work week. A little bit cool, spotty showers, but overall, a little more sunshine than we saw this past weekend, so not too bad.